Hello. In this video, we are going to be looking at a type of non-verbal reasoning activity called transformations. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so like with every other video tutorial, there'll be a worksheet in the description for you to practice once I'll send you a couple of examples. How does this work? Okay, it's called transformations, and transformations means to change, to transform into something, to change into something. Okay, and the way it works is we are given this image here. Okay, this image that I've circled. And that arrow next to the image is saying that this image has transformed into this image. Okay, so that arrow means to transform. So that image has transformed into that image. But how? Once we've understood how, then we can look at this image and work out, well, how would that image change based on the logic of the first example? Okay, so I'll go through this one all by myself, so it'll be a lot clearer once I've gone through this. Let's only focus on this section here. How has this transformed into this? Okay, well, we need to isolate every aspect of the image. So let's look at this bit to start off with. Okay, we've got a black circle, and here we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided shape. We've got a pentagon. Okay, so we've got a black circle and we've got a pentagon. Then what we need to do is compare that to its transformed image. How is it transformed? Well, let's focus just on the circle to start off with, okay? So the black circle has transformed into a white circle. So already I've picked up on something. A black circle has transformed into a white circle. Now, before I go any further, let's go to the question over here and see what can we compare to the black circle? Well, we've got a white triangle, okay? They are both shapes outside of a larger shape. So this triangle needs to transform in the same way that the black circle has transformed into, okay? So the black circle has turned into a white circle. So the white triangle should turn into a black triangle. It's going from black to white, white to black. So we know that our answer needs to involve a black triangle, which means I can get rid of option A and option D. And I'm still left with B, C, and E, okay? But we've got other things to look at. Okay, so now what should we look at? Okay, let's look at this pentagon. How has this pentagon transformed? Well, have a look over here. Can you see that the pentagon has doubled? We now have 2 pentagons back to back, okay? So we need to double this shape here. And if we look below, each of them has that shape doubled. However, look at the orientation of the shape. Can you see that the pentagon has remained facing the exact same way, the exact same angle, no rotation? So we don't want this to rotate in its transformation. We want it to double, but we don't want it to rotate, okay? Which means it can't be B, because in the option B, the shape has rotated. So let's get rid of B, and now we are left with C and E. Okay. So we've got C and E. Now, let's look at C and E and see what's different about them, because that's going to help us find the next stage of this question, right? So we've got a triangle on the left side of the shape and a triangle on the right side of the shape. So I know it has something to do with position here, okay? We have been comparing the circles and the triangles together. So let's look at the circle again. Can you see that the circle transforms by entering the left side of the shape, not the right side? So the triangle needs to transform in the same way. It needs to enter the left side of the shape, and therefore we know that the answer is C. And that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another example. But this time what I'd like you to do is pause the video at this point, have a go at doing it yourself, and play it when you think you've got the answer. Okay, so if you're listening to me speak right now, it means you've had a go at this. Let's have a look at how we solve this one. So here is our question object. Okay, this is what we need to start off looking at. Now, we can see that we've got 5 arrows that have transformed into 3 arrows. Okay, but remember, we need to isolate things if we can. And we can, even though we're only dealing with arrows, we can isolate these arrows between black and gray arrows. So let's only focus on the gray arrows to start off with, okay? If we look at the left-hand side, the gray arrows have transformed into nothing. They have disappeared. Okay, so that's going to form part of our answer. The grey arrows disappear. So this grey arrow, when it transforms, needs to disappear. So our answer should not have any grey arrows. Therefore, I can get rid of option A and I can get rid of option E. Okay, now let's go back to comparing. Let's now look at the black arrows. Okay, can you see that the black arrows here are all facing downwards? And then when they transform, they're facing upwards. They are rotating 180 degrees. They're doing the opposite thing. They were facing downwards and now they're facing upwards. Okay, so if we look at these black arrows, they also need to we need to apply the same logic. Okay, so if they're facing to the right, and we know that the logic is that they need to be doing the opposite, they should be facing the left. Okay, and therefore we can get rid of B and we can get rid of C, and we're left with our answer. Our answer must be D. Okay, so that's transformations. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there is a worksheet in the description of this video with some more examples, a couple of really tough ones as well. So give that a go, and I really hope this has helped. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.